Welcome to I'm Doing Well. This is my podcast. This is episode 3, actually. And you might be thinking to yourself as the viewer, or the listener, Gauruv Virk, fourth year electrical engineering major, internet hunk. You should introduce yourself at the beginning of your podcast, just so, if there's a new listener, they know who you are. But I'm not going to do that. Okay, I'm not going to introduce myself. But great question. Great question. Happy New Year, right? That's that's a thing. That wasn't funny. I just laughed off of instinct. I don't know. I do that sometimes. Laughing, whether it's warranted or not. It is. I got to be honest. It is 4:43 a.m. on January 3rd. My throat's been giving me problems for a couple days. I feel like I get my throat gets really messed up when I get really stressed, and with school coming back up, that's when it comes into full effect again. So I have been putting off recording this thing, and here we are, January 3rd, 4:43 a.m. I'm still I'm still in my home away from home, Davis. I just never went home. So I'm going to go home today, January 3rd. This will be up January 4th. And I have that. I mean, that's always there, but I have it on because I don't have anything fun for New Year's to, dress myself up with. I'm wearing the same, base I've been wearing the first 3 episodes. So there's our New Year's thing. Congrats, us. By the way, second episode did way worse than the first. So thank you so much. It's taking some pressure off and I feel great. This podcast, it's helped already. I already feel very much more comfortable making content on my, main channel because, just doing this, I've learned that, you can just talk for a period of time and you don't have to do a punch every second or whatever, because people listen to this. So it's given me the confidence, or the reassurance. I don't know if those are the same thing, but it's given me the confidence to not have to over edit, and then I'm able to post stuff and record stuff not feeling so weird about it. My recent video, actually, where I go on the Davis Subreddit, I recorded that on Wednesday. I did some small editing on Thursday, but then for the most part, I just knocked it out, on, or maybe there was a 3-day, process. So I think it was Thursday. Yeah. Thursday I recorded, Friday I did some small editing, but then Saturday pretty much knocked it out. And I was able to do it that fast because, I'm on break, but also because this podcast has allowed me to be okay with more things. From last episode, I made a joke about, people using The Office as their personality, and how, I get the sentiment of people being like, oh, get a personality outside of that. But then I also, like The Office. So I was on Twitter. I'm just, always on that app, and I saw this girl, I went to high school with. I follow her on Twitter. We're mutuals, it's pretty serious. And she tweeted on New Year's, I think, because I don't know if you know this. I'll let you know because, my life's The Office. The Office got taken off of Netflix in 2021, and now it's on Peacock. So this girl I went to high school with tweeted, she said, oh, The Office got taken off Netflix. Now all y'all can maybe develop a personality. And one of her friends, responded to that tweet with a GIF of Drake clapping. You know the one. This one? I'll put it right here. Everyone knows this GIF. But I thought it was ironic that this guy was Yeah, you tell him, get a personality, and then he used a Drake gif, so it's like, what a loser. So I thought that was, a cool development in the I'm doing well universe. I hit the mic. I'm sorry. Uh, you know, life imitates art and vice versa. So it was cool to see that. There's one of my nervous laughs at the end of a sentence. Good for you, Gauruv. I was holding 2 ice cubes earlier today, and I realized something. Ice cubes, if I didn't know that ice melted, I would just think I was holding rocks. But because I know it's ice, it feels like, when I'm holding them, I had to transport them from one room to another. It felt like when I was holding them, there was just a timer in my hand. And I was like, oh, that's because I know what ice is. But if I didn't, then, I would just think they were rocks. I thought that was interesting. Anyways, I don't know what I'm talking about in this podcast, so I'll tell you a story because I feel like we don't get into the action very fast on these things. You know us. I say we like there's some kind of we. Now I'm just imagining playing with a Wii. Wii's underrated. I feel like Wii's really they paved the road kind of. I feel like with all that PlayStation Vita. Is it? No, not the Vita. Whatever PlayStation tried to do, and then the Xbox. I don't even know what they're called. Whatever Xbox and PlayStation did when they incorporated the camera and the joystick, we paved the path for that. Not us, but we, and now we're doing VR. So now we is just, Nintendo has the Switch, so they're good. But I was, getting breakfast the other day. I went to Jack in the Box. Great establishment. And I roll up to Jack in the Box, mask on. And I order a breakfast platter thing. I know, my life's in a really good spot. And then I ordered a iced coffee. They have this new mocha caramel thing. And I was like, oh, that's cool. I don't like coffee, but I like cold drinks because I run hot. I said run hot to myself earlier today, and then I thought of this idea of someone looking hot, like attractive, when they run, and that was really funny to me. Because I wonder if people do look hot when they run. Probably, right? Do you think people have running fetishes? Like they... Anyways, I pull up to the drive-thru, and the person working there was like, I just realized I don't know. What do you call a person that works in a drive-thru? The drive-thru worker? Right? The cashier? The food service person? The drive-thru person... I just forgot what I said. The drive-thru worker asked me, she said, do you want any sauces? And the breakfast platter comes with maple syrup. But I didn't want to get the breakfast platter without maple syrup for some reason. I don't know. Every establishment could be different. I don't really go to the Davis one very often, so I was like, I want to make sure I get this maple syrup thing, locked in. Even though in hindsight, I do have maple syrup in my apartment, so it wouldn't have even been a problem. But she said, you want any sauces? And I looked at her and I said, just one maple syrup. And she said, what? Because we both have masks on. And I mutter whenever I talk. I do not open my mouth when I talk. Actually, in my music video, this is one thing I learned. And Alex, told me, and I learned that this is a thing you do. When you're recording a music video, you really gotta enunciate the words. You really gotta move your mouth. I was starting the recording and I was barely moving my mouth. I was like, what's the song? I forgot how the song goes. It's I would say Christmas, there's no one in town. See, my mouth wasn't moving. But then I had to like belt it or belch it, whatever it is, belt it. It's belt it. And I know that one hit me. I got hit with a belt. Okay. It's 4:52 a.m. Anyways, you really got to belt it. You got to be Christmas. There's no one in town. You really got to like get it out there. I just realized that people besides me are going to listen to this, and that's terrifying. I forgot. Well, actually, no. If we follow the same trend, no one should listen to this episode. Anyways, I say 1 maple syrup. She goes, what? And I repeat myself. I go, 1 maple syrup. And right after I said it and I realized it registered with her, I immediately regretted it. Because she gave me that look of like, and I could only see her eyes, but she gave me the look of like, it comes with a maple syrup. Are you seriously asking for a maple syrup? Idiot. It comes. I shouldn't have even asked him. He didn't deserve sauces. How? And I felt bad. I felt terrible for asking for maple syrup. And it comes with maple syrup. So that ruined like half of that day for me. No, I'm just kidding. Actually, no, I did eat that breakfast. I felt sick for about 3 hours. So that was good. Anyways, I wanted to ask you this. I had gotten that breakfast platter, and then I was driving down, I think, Russell Avenue, Russell Street. I don't know. There's like a Russell something in Davis. And by the way, I think Russell Terriers, right? The little dog. I was thinking about it. If there was a dog that flew a plane, like if you imagined what dog would be a pilot, I feel like Russell Terrier. Definitely. Or a St. Bernard. St. Bernard would be a butch pilot, I feel like. I don't know what a butch pilot is, but it sounds right, right? Anyways, I'm driving down Russell Road, and on this road is a fire station. And I noticed, I drive the speed limit, but as I was driving past the fire station, I slowed down a little bit. And then I remembered, I do this whenever I pass a police station or police department or a fire department. I thought about, why do I do that? Do I think they're just, all the policemen and all the firefighters are just going to be like lined up at the window, with their coffee, just staring at the street like, it would really be a bad idea for anyone to speed past us right now, because we would all, get in one squad car and, hunt them down and give them a ticket, get in trouble with the law. No one's doing that. I think there's like cameras around, and then, they're going to like be like, ooh, who passed by the office today? Who can we bust retroactively? Yeah, I don't need to slow down, and I do. So, that's what's up. That's my life. How crazy is that? How wacky is that? That's one of the worst things, by the way. And I just gotta acknowledge what I just did. I've done it now multiple times in this podcast. I think it's a stutter. I will say words. Well, like I'll start the beginning of a sentence twice. I'll do it on purpose here. See now, this is an example. See what I did there? Ever since I started making YouTube videos, I like developed that because I do so many takes. I think it developed when I was doing my Wilt series, because I would record every day and I would repeat the line, like today is blah, 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 Tuesday, June, whatever. And well, Wilts only ran during school, so June would never. Oh no, that's finals week. This is a really bad episode. I just want to say thank you. Thank you for not making this successful. Because these podcasts aren't about the content. It's just about me making something every week. And like I said, they're helping out big time. So, um, you know what's crazy? I was just talking about something. Oh yeah, I was talking about like the stutter I developed. Um, yeah, I remember I was recording this, how my life has changed, how quarantine has changed my life as a 21-year-old. I made a video a couple months back, actually a few months back, because a couple is two. Because, when you see a couple, that's two people. Unless, they're from Utah. Then there's maybe more than two. Anyways, uh, I made that video, and when I was recording it, my sister called me out because I was recording it with her. She was like, "Why do you do that?" I was like, "What do you mean?" She was like, "You repeat the beginning of your sentence like a lot." I was like, "Oh, it's just like something I do. I've kind of developed it because of, recording. I want to get a good take. So I repeat the beginning of a sentence a lot." But actually, I think the podcast will help because I was thinking about it earlier today. I start the podcast and I just go. Usually I can only do a couple sentences and then I gotta, hit them with a cut, do another take or whatever. But hey, getting better, huh? Look at us. New Year's, huh? New Year's resolution? How about this? New Year's resolution, I remember all of my story. Throwback to last week. I was telling you about that person that was like, "Oh yeah, I want to be I want to make YouTube videos, but I just want to be in front of the camera." And I said I gave kind of a messed up response because I was like, "Oh, you don't want to do the hard work." I forgot a detail. I can tell you this detail. I know I said I can't tell you the whole story. I got a detail for you. He had said earlier in our conversation, he was like, "Oh yeah, I actually had like a lot of success on YouTube." I said, "Oh, word?" He said, "Yeah." I was like, "Oh, that's good." I didn't want to poke because I don't want to, I didn't want to clown him or anything. But he proceeded, sans caution. And he said, "Yeah, no, I was really successful. Only did it for about a month." I said, you only made YouTube videos for a month?" He was like, "Yeah, and I was mad successful." I was like, see, now I was curious. I said, "Oh, and what's success?" He was like, "Well, I was only on YouTube for like barely a month and I got 42 subscribers." That's good. I'm not gonna lie, that's good. I don't know if that's wildly successful, as he implied. So hopefully my comment about him not wanting to put in hard work is a little more justified now. I've cleared my name. I'm it's all green, all go. All go means something in Spanish, I'm pretty sure. I don't know why I said that. Another thing I noticed, my first two episodes were the same exact time. I didn't plan that. I have no idea how that happened. Actually, that's stupid to say. I know exactly how it happened. I recorded them, and they happened to be the same exact time. It was a coincidence. That's all. New Year's resolutions. It's funny when people talk about New Year's resolutions because there's either one of two conversations you can have, right? You can either be like, "No, I don't believe in resolutions. They're stupid. Like, if you're going to make a change, just change it. Don't need to wait for these new batch of 365 years. Years. Don't need to wait for this new batch of 365 days to make a change." There's that person. And you can be the other person where it's like, "Oh yeah, I got about 4 resolutions lined up. I'm about to hit them up. I hope I, can do them. I'm really committed." Last year, went about 3-4 months really nailing them, but then fell off the boat, fell off the trolley, fell off the quad, fell off the bike, fell off the train, fell off the car. That doesn't even make sense. But this year, I'm really going to try to nail them. So, I feel like talking about resolutions is kind of, no, it's not stupid. It's good. I just think it's predictable. That's what I was trying to say. Because you can be like, resolutions are, hey, resolutions, you know? Hope you guys had a good, holiday season. Because that's 2 months, really? Kind of push Halloween into November. Just call it 2 months, That comes and goes so fast. Relatable. Okay, that's disgusting. I mean, okay, I'm not gonna. I'm chewing ice on a podcast. That's terrible. Holy shit. Man. That was about 5 seconds of silence. If you made it to the end of that, wow. Hey, shout out to you. That's so cool. There are people that watch it, this podcast, listen to it, watch it, listen to it. I know. Alec posted that in a comment on the last episode. That's it. Yeah, it's very. What do you call this? You watch it, you listen to it. I guess it's whatever you did. Did you watch it or did you listen to it? I guess you just say what you did. I should have more structure in these things, right? That would make for a better experience for both of us. But no, I have the absolute gall, the audacity, the temerity to just press record, and then just go. And that's unbelievable. I was thinking, this is something I've been talking about for maybe 2 years or something, probably longer. We gotta have more holidays. The first part of the year, what do you got, Valentine's Day? St. Patrick's Day? There's nothing to look forward to. Isn't that crazy? I mean, I guess you look forward to summer, but then when you become an adult, summer is like, it just, my drive home is sunny now. That's the only difference, that's... We're doing great on this podcast, by the way. I think we just hit the halfway mark. So congrats to us. Also, I just got terrified that we are only halfway through because what am I going to talk about? What? Man. I start school tomorrow. Again, that break went so fast. Oh my God. I'm doing water cooler talk. In the office, you go back after a weekend. Oh, I'm not talking about the office. I'm talking about, just a corporate job. You go in, you're standing by the water cooler, and you just say things that don't matter to your coworker, your colleague. They're like, hey, how was your weekend? And they say, not long enough. And, you guys laugh. I just did that, but on the podcast. Bang. This is insane. I shouldn't be up at 5 a.m. Usually I am. I remember, I think it was episode 1 of this podcast. I talked about how all my videos are recorded between 11 p.m. and 5 a.m. because I hype myself up the whole day and then, hopefully can record and feel good about it. But now we're out of the range. It's 5:06, We've left the, I can't even remember. We've left the sweet spot, the red zone. I don't know anything about football, really. I don't know if I used that right. I don't know. Isn't red zone like when you get the last 10 yards or 5 yards or something? I don't know. Football. I grew up playing baseball and basketball, and I clown on baseball probably the most out of any sport. But I think it's because I played it. I feel very comfortable clowning it. I think it's the most boring sport. And golf exists. Yeah. I do enjoy baseball, though. Like the experience of going to a game. It is... I I think going to a game super cool. That's awesome. How do you watch? How do you watch a game just at home on TV? Just get the score. Just watch the highlights. The highlights, maybe 2 minutes, maybe. On an exciting game. Isn't that crazy? Basketball highlights? I don't really watch the NBA anymore. But like I still watch highlights of games I was interested in. Basketball game highlights, 10 to 15 minutes, just the highlights. Baseball could never. They couldn't. But I grew up playing it. I liked it. Yeah. Yeah, I'm gonna definitely have a little more structure in future podcasts. This is insane that I'm just talking about nothing. But that's what we signed up for, didn't we? I just posted my video reacting to the UC Davis subreddit. I'm not losing my mind. I know I already said that earlier in this podcast. But I was really nervous about posting that video. First of all, because I say the word pimp, I said the word and I was like, oh, wait, is this a bad word? Like, I was second guessing myself a lot. And so I literally Googled, is pimp a slur? And or is pimp a bad word? And then I searched on Twitter, pimp, and all I got was this guy that has that word in his username. But then I saw some people using the word, and I was like, oh, looking at their profile, I was like, if they say it and it's fine, oh yeah, I think it's fine for anyone to say it. So that made me anxious for about 2 days. And then I don't know why, I just like came after the people that posted. I was just like, also plastic water bottle. I know. It's the worst. I ran out. Davis water's terrible. Like, it tastes garbage. So, when I came from Roseville to here, I bring these tubs of water. But I ran out of that water because I'm staying here way longer than I thought I was going to. 2 weeks longer than I thought I was going to. So now I'm dipping into my water supply. I'm losing my voice. Do you hear that? It's my throat thing. I just use this glass to create the illusion that I'm, classy. Imagine thinking using a Dunder Mifflin glass makes you classy. That's reaching new levels on this podcast. Also, I know the 30-minute thing is going to come up soon. I'm going to act like it didn't even happen. I'm just not even going to acknowledge it. Just going to breeze right past it. But now me acknowledging it right here kind of defeats the purpose. So I guess it's not going to be as cool as I thought it'd be. But yeah, I recorded that Reddit video, and there's really nothing fun on the UC Davis subreddit. And then it got me thinking, why is that? It can be fun, if we just start posting. Oh my God. Oh, I guess that's what I get, Plastic water bottle I guess it was pushed in, it just popped out. But, the UC Davis subreddit can be fun, if people post fun stuff. So I thought about it. I was like, oh, I could encourage some people to like post art that I know do art, but I'm like, I'll be out of here in a year and a half, No, I could work on making, the online Davis community better, but that's a lot of work, Then what's the payoff, I mean, it's good. It's good. I can't talk. It's good to talk. Well, it's good to do good things for the greater good or whatever. But What a flippant just remark. Just, yeah, you can do stuff for the greater good. Man, you can tell my heart's in it. That's the bottle keeps popping. It's it's insane. Man. New year, huh? This is crazy. I told you the first episode, the month leading up to recording the first episode of the podcast, I would just do entire podcast episodes to myself. Like when I'm going to sleep, when I'm showering, I would just talk to myself for 30 minutes. And I was like, oh, this will be easy. A lot of the thoughts I have, I think are funny. And I realized there's a very big difference between thinking things, just, run on thoughts versus run on actual talking. When you talk, you kind of focus on the talking part of it. And, the brain, to me, stops kind of working. And so you don't get a nice flow of, content or just, thoughts. I guess what I'm saying is when this is on, this kind of turns off. It's a skill I think you have to develop to keep this running while this is also running. So hopefully the podcast will help with that too. Maybe some more, I guess that's the improv muscle. I don't know. It's the improv muscle, but a solo improv muscle. So you're learning how to play with yourself. I think it's funny that Twitter now has fleets, which is their version of a story. I forgot if I was talking to someone about this, but I was like, oh, I bet LinkedIn's going to have stories next, right? And then you're going to get these corporate guys getting in trouble because they're going to accidentally take a picture of something and post it because they think it's, fun and relatable workplace shenanigans. But then it's going to be a scandal. And then LinkedIn's going to be like, oh yeah, why do we have stories? What is the point of that? But they have to do it because, if they don't do it, someone else is going to do it. And that drives traffic away from their website. And as a platform online, that's all they care about. So any traffic that's not going to them, they wouldn't like. Man. I'm not looking forward to school again. Man, it really, okay. So there were some posts on Reddit I skipped over because they started getting into weird, it got really weirdly serious. It was about, how we only have 2 weeks of break. It sucks. It, I start school tomorrow. When you see this, if you see this today, it's posted. I had school today. I will post this at noon, so I already had one class. I'm pretty sure. I think I have a class at 10. I don't remember. That's the thing. I'm trying not to think about it too much. Some people, in Discord, some people ask me about classes and stuff. I'm like, whoa. Hey. Let me have my break, okay? I know they're being proactive and smart, and it's good to get on this ASAP, Rocky, but it's ruining my immersion of break. So how about you slow your roll, okay? Man. I just want to say, thank you for listening to this. That's still crazy to me that people listen to it. I know less people will listen to this one. It'll probably just keep going down until we get to me listening to this. I haven't really advertised this heavy. So, because once again, it's just really for me. But I'm sure if I advertised it and then, actually had structure to it and talked about solid ideas every podcast. I could probably make something with this, but I'm good. Um, A-okay, as the kids say nowadays. Oh, man. Bars. See, I think this is more more that 5 a.m. garbage that I have when I'm trying to go to sleep, you know? Ah, I didn't play any video games this whole break. That sucks. Because when I'm in Davis, I don't really play video games. I have a computer, but I don't like have a mic and good internet connection. So all the games I play are online, so I can't even really play them, which is like a weird double-edged sword because it's like, it does make me more focused on, YouTube and working and, reading. I've been reading. I finished actually a book that I've been reading for a couple months. I just read it on and off, but I finally sat down and read 80 pages. No, I read 70 pages in one day, which, I mean, I don't read, so that's for me, that's dope. It's called The Midnight Library. Yes, we're going to start a book club here on this podcast. And this is a great book. I would highly recommend it. It's about a girl named Nora Seed, and she wants to, die because she hates life and thinks it is miserable. So then she goes into this library, and it's full of books, and every book is a possibility of a life she could have had. The book plays on the parallel universe theory. And so she goes into a bunch of these lives to gain perspective, get rid of regrets she has in her life, and then, more happens. I don't want to spoil it for you. The book I'm reading right now, which I'm halfway through today, is No One Asked for This, which is just a bunch of essays by Cassie David. She is a writer. She happens to be Larry David's daughter, too. And it's a great read. And so, yeah, when I'm in Davis, I don't play video games, but I'm more focused. I read, I make videos. I don't talk or see anyone. I don't talk to or see anyone, which I don't know if that's a good or bad thing. But yeah, I haven't gotten to play video games. That sucks. I was really looking forward to it. I mean, it's my fault. Actually, I'm not going to put fault on myself. But yeah, it's my fault. The thing I'm complaining about, guess who could have, not have that be a problem? This guy. So, man, it's like that meme where I think the girl is riding the bike and then she sticks the stick in her bike and then she says, stupid stick or something, you can fill in whatever you want in the meme format. I've been thinking about videos to make, that's the thing. I've been so productive. I've been more productive with video stuff. And so it's when you are productive, you get more of those creative juices flowing when you make stuff. And so I've been thinking about series ideas. I've been flirting around with the idea. I have a series in mind, but I don't know if I'm going to do it. We got 6 minutes. So let me run it by you real quick. Every week during the quarantine, since school's been online, our Chancellor Gary May, who's essentially, the principal, the top dog, he does this thing every week. Well, the social media department has him do this thing. It's not like he's just doing it on his own, fruition. Is fruition a thing? Hold on. I'm going to Google that word. I'm sure I used it wrong. Oh. Nope. Totally messed that one up. He's not doing it in his own, Oh, this sucks. There should be a word here. I don't know it. The only reason I work on improving my vocab is because to me, when I don't know a word, it's like not knowing not being in on an inside joke. Because then, someone uses it or like a book has it and then, to them that has meaning, but I don't know what it means. So I kind of am out of the loop. So I'm like, I got to know these words. So I'm in the loop. Anyways, it's not like he does it on his own accord, It's not like he's the driving force behind this thing, but every Thursday he gives updates on, how the return back to campus is looking, and it's called Thursday Thoughts. And I think it could be a little spiced up. I know it does get views, and it is useful, but I think I could take it and transform it into like this parody of like a news show. Like I would be at home, so it wouldn't be this setup, but I would be on like a side of the screen and I have the classic, late night, whatever, where it has like graphics here and I make fun of stuff. And so I would just take the information from Thursday Thoughts and put it through my brain, I guess, trying to make jokes about it and then just spew it out and be a weekly series. But then I'm like, I don't want to commit to a weekly series because then it'll take time away from other stuff. But it's like, this podcast, the whole reason I started it, a weekly series, so I would be more motivated. But I think this is enough, for weekly. So maybe don't do the Thursday Thoughts thing. This is an exhausting episode. I'm so sorry. But hey, that's what happens when you record 3 days late at 5 a.m. So once again, the thing I'm apologizing for, complaining about, I did to myself. So, man, we do have 3 minutes left, so let's do some housekeeping. I always say that, and I don't know what the fuck that means. I'm proud of myself for not cursing very much on this podcast. I got a sailor's mouth in real life. I tell you what. So it's dope that I don't curse that much. But I think anytime you're in front of the camera, as much as you want to say, I'm the same on camera as I am in real life, you are different. As much as you don't want to be. I think just inherently, you act a different way. And so I think that's maybe why I don't curse as much. I love cursing in real life. But I think even though this podcast is not supposed to be quality at all, I still think, I'm on there. So I don't want to like muck it up with a couple fooks. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to fook it up with fooks. Man. So yeah, that's housekeeping. That's stupid. Once again, thank you guys for not making this a success. But then also, if you are watching, thank you so much for watching. I would love, I mentioned in the first episode, I should have mentioned it in this one, in the second one. Sorry, I will mention it in this one. If there's something you want me to talk about, go off on, no, talk about on the podcast. I know this one was all over the place, but if, get more of a structure going in the future, I will try. Next week, I'm going to come with some stuff. Don't worry. I'm going to be better. I'm sorry. But if there's something you want me to talk about, address, whatever, put it in my Discord. Discord's always in the description of these podcasts. But put it in the I'm Doing Well chat. And I will, hopefully get to it. I know, I'm sorry. I think, there's been messages in there and I haven't addressed them. But how about this? We start next week. I address whatever's in the Discord. I'll do it all. Because if you watch, to this point and you're hearing this, you deserve to, get your input put in. Oh, okay. Well, thank you guys for another terrible episode. No. Thank myself. Thank me for another terrible. God, oh man, it's starting how what? It's ending exactly how it went terribly. So I guess what I'm saying is you're welcome for another terrible episode. I'll see you next week. Bye.